Hello, welcome back. Nothing like some technical difficulties. Okay, so just to start off, if you're watching this video, you should have just finished watching part 1 to this video. If you have not, go back and look for part 1 and watch that. But I will do my introduction as usual anyway. So, I'm Kai with Kai's Kreations. I work at Dollar Tree in Post Falls, Idaho. I am a crafter, and I do primarily Dollar Tree or on a budget DIYs for you guys. I also do Dollar Tree hauls and occasionally other hauls from Michael's or Walmart, things like that. I also have a new segment I do on some, but not all Mondays, called Munchie Mondays, where I review snacks from the Dollar Tree. And let's see, what else? If you would like to follow me on social media and or purchase any of my crafts, you can find those links in the description box below. I am very new to YouTube and very new to learning how to use software. Most of my videos are unedited, unfiltered, because I don't know how to do that stuff and I don't have programs to do those things. So that's what happened in the last video. Is I was pausing while things were drying and things like that, so it wouldn't take as long. And at one point I had accidentally unclicked the pause button, and so you caught me doing some of my outtakes, and I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute. So I did that, and then I went to pause it again, and I accidentally hit the stop button. So that video was pretty long, getting pretty long anyway. But hopefully this video won't be as long. And like I said, this is part 2 to the original part 1 video where I was making this lovely kitchen sign or dining room sign out of a cutting board from Dollar Tree. And so, as I said, watch part 1 if you haven't already, and I'm gonna get right to it and dive into here and work on that. I feel like there's something else I'm not saying, but you know, it is what it is. I know I don't have very many subscribers yet, so if you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. Please leave me any questions or comments in the comments below. I will absolutely get back to you as soon as possible. I love your comments, tips, tricks, advice, notes, whatever ideas you want to share. If you try any of my DIYs, I would love to see the results. If you have any ideas of how we could do things differently, I love hearing all of that, you guys. And like I said, you can follow me on social media too. I have a crafters group on Facebook. I sell my stuff on Facebook and Etsy. Today's been a day, you guys. I'm like, there's a lot of changes going on in my work at Dollar Tree, and there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in my life right now. So I might be just a little bit manic and a little bit crazy. And that video, like I said, I already didn't have much time to make it, and it got foobarred. So, brownie points if you know what foobar means. Anyways, let me know in the comments. That'd be interesting. And another thing, you guys could let me know in the comments, if you do DIYs yourself, do you struggle with what to wear? Because I really do, because I have a lot of nicer shirts that I could wear and look better in the video, but I only have a certain amount of shirts, like these tank tops, that I'm willing to get dirty in case I get paint on them or glue or something while I'm working that may or may not come off in the wash. So I'm always wearing these like kind of tank tops that are, you know, okay, but they don't look very nice. But I don't want to get anything on them, and I don't have a really great apron, and I'd probably get stuff on them under the apron anyway somehow, knowing me. Anyways, just wondering out loud if you guys struggle with that. Let me know in the comments. That'd be awesome. And if you haven't already, if you would please hit the subscribe button. And if you like what you see, give a thumbs up, share it with others. I'm very new to this, and my goal right now is to get to 100 subscribers. I think I'm at somewhere less than 50, like 30 something, I want to say. If you hit the subscribe bell, it should notify you every time I upload a new video, depending on what you choose in that drop down menu. And every single subscription, like, comment helps YouTube notice me just a little bit more and makes my day oh so wonderful, you guys. And comments, like I said, love them. Okay, so I'm going to dive right into where we left off with that other video. We had stained this board with Waverly wax paint. We had painted this board in the middle with Waverly chalk paint in moss. And again, you can use the what are they, 50 cents to $1 apple barrel paints at Walmart. That's fine too if you want to. I think the Waverly chalk paint are about $7-8 a jar at Walmart, but they're really awesome paints, you guys. But again, if you want to keep this all Dollar Tree or, you know, low budget, get your paints, get apple barrel paints, and it'll be just as fine. Then we sanded them down. Then we Mod Podged the whole thing in, what was it? Matte Mod Podge is what we used for that. And we made our plate as well. We painted that. And we got the rub-ons, Eat, Pray, Love, and the little leaves and whatnot on there. So, without further ado, now that we have Mod Podged this, and I'm actually realizing I was supposed to put the decals on first before I Mod Podge, so I might just Mod Podge over those a little bit once we do it. So, let me see if I can move things out of the way a little bit here. But, I'm going to be putting, let's see, sorry. I've got a friend situation, and so that's, you hear my phone and my computer bleeping at me. That's what's going on. Everybody's responding to actually a really good friend situation that's going on. But anyways, so it's good news. But these little rub-ons, and I didn't save the sheet or have it out that they came from, but it was a sheet from Dollar Tree that these little leaf things came on in black and white. And then the Eat, Pray, Love was the other one. Anyways, I showed you on the other video. So I'm just going to jump right to it. I'm looking at my other one to see. Okay, so the little leaves I put at the top. And again, you just want to peel them off really carefully and place them where you want them. Well, first you want to, you know, when there's still have the back on them, you want to lay them out where you want them. So you know, okay, this is where I want that one. This is where I want this one. So I just lay them all out like that. Then when I'm going to put them down, I know where to put them. So I put that one down. I'm going to rub it on like this. With the little ones, it's hard to hold them in place, but just try to hold it with your finger so it doesn't move. And there you go. That was pretty easy peasy, and that one went on like butter. Okay. So, there's that one that's there. I'm going to pause the video again. Hopefully I don't mess up this time while I really quickly finish up those rub-ons. And then I will be right back. Was it recording that whole time now? Now I don't know what I did, you guys. I don't know if I paused it or didn't pause it. Oh my gosh. You guys, I think there's going to be more bloopers in there of me doing the rub-ons and talking to myself. Because I think I didn't hit the pause button, because when I went to unpause it, it was not paused. Let's say Tuesday, it should be a Monday, because these are Monday crazies. What is with me today, you guys? Well, this is a really cute project, so if you don't mind my insanity and my mess-ups, it is worth it for this project, guys. Okay, so I'm going to use a little more Mod Podge because I've got those on there now. We're just going to keep forging on through, guys, and act like nothing happened, okay? See, I've got the two little leaf rub-ons at the top and the two little flower ones at the bottom. But I Mod Podged first accidentally, so... Oh, and this lid keeps sticking on there. Okay. I'm just going to get a little bit of Mod Podge and very gently go over the little rub-ons so that they have a nice little seal too. And then you can, you know, the thing that's nice about that is then if it gets dusty with the Mod Podge over it, this finished product, you can just very easily dust your cutting board sign and it'll be fine. Okay, so put that back on. Alright, moving on. Okay, now we get to start assembling our board, you guys. Okay, everything's painted, the rub-ons are on, the glue gun's on, we're ready to go. Okay, so we're going to take this plate, you're going to put a whole bunch, oh, is this working? Oh, there we go. Whole bunch of glue right in the center, maybe even a little bit around the edges, whatever suits your fancy, guys. Okay, and then we're going to take this and plop it real quick over, turn it over real quick and plop it right in the middle and just kind of center it. You can use the edges because the mill's gonna be hot. I mean, you can use your little fingertip covers if you got them from the Dollar Tree to push down, but it's gonna be a little hot, so I like to just push on the edges and line it up so that it's perfectly, you know, more or less, again, we're not going for total perfection, but more or less in the middle of that green part of the wood. Okay, so there's that, and I just realized we didn't do the gloss. I don't know if I have, do I have more gloss in here? Yeah, I do. Okay, okay, so very quickly I'm gonna do the gloss part of the Mod Podge. I'm gonna rinse out this brush. At least this video won't be as long as the other one, but I mean, if you're watching this video and doing it step by step with me, it's probably going to be an hour, a good hour project. Okay. Alright. There we go. And again, I'm going to just go carefully, starting from the middle out. Oh, this brush is leaving little hairs behind. I don't like that. That's not good. That's not a good brush thing to do. Huh. Well, let's try this one. It's a really fine brush, but I don't know. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that brush was like leaving little fine hairs and, you know, whatever you call them from the brush itself. I think there's little fine hairs coming off of the brush. I think I got some on the other one too doing this, but I mean, what can you do? I got a few of them off, you guys, but I don't want to mess with them too much, or it's going to start messing with my my rub-ons. I don't want to mess that up. Okay, so just going all over the rub-ons with the Mod Podge, and again, the one I used for the board was the matte. The Mod Podge I am using for the plate is the glossy, because plates are shiny. So it's okay, even though this is supposed to be an old plate, an old china plate, but it's really a plastic paint painted with white Waverly chalk paint. We want it to be a little glossy because it's supposed to be glossy. And this part can be shiny even though the other part is not. It's just going to add to the realistic kind of rustic feel to this, as well as hopefully these little hairs that I'm getting in there, because I'm noticing there's still more, and that's starting to really annoy me. I don't understand. I know I don't have a bunch of expensive paintbrushes, but I have never had this problem, y'all. So I don't know what's happening today. What's with today? More brownie points if you know where that quote came from. Somebody said, "What's with you today?" And the person answered, "What's with today?" Where is that from, guys? Are you movie buffs like me? That was a good movie. Alright. Give you a hint already that it was a movie. Okay. Now I'm just trying, I've pretty much covered the whole plate. I'm just trying to make sure that I got all the edges and that the Mod Podge isn't piled up in one place. It's pretty smoothed out. And I'm going around the edges. Again, a little bit on the outside edges. It's okay, because even if it gets under there, it's okay. Like I said, it's okay. It's not going to show much, and it's going to dry like the other Mod Podge on the board anyway. I think last time I may have even painted the plate first with the Mod Podge. I don't know. Or maybe I didn't paint the back of the paint with Mod Podge. I don't know, guys. I did that project like 2 weeks ago, and I'm just now getting to the DIY to show you. Guys, you know what? You would like die if you saw my room right now. It's a mess, and I have at least 10 to 20 projects in bins, all the supplies for them, waiting to do a DIY to show you how to do it. So hopefully, and I don't have very many days off this week either, but I'm gonna crack on through and get as much done as I can. My goal has been to do one video a day, but with my procrastination and my work issues and stress issues and everything else, that doesn't always work. Okay, so the plate is glued on. The plate has been applied. Mod Podge has been applied to it. I'm going to take my fork and spoon next. And let's see, I'm going to bring it down just a little bit more. I'm going to put them, again, like the letters where I want them. Now, I think I personally like the spoon on the right, on the left, and the fork on the right. Do it however you want. And you can use other spoons if you're, you know, if they fit or whatever, other silverware. I'm just going to line these up so they're in the middle. So they're not too close to the green board, not too close to the outer edge, not up too high, not down too low, just right in the middle and pretty even with each other. And I'm noticing, I think actually this side is a little bit wider than that side. I don't know if it's an optical illusion because of the thing. No, I think, well, yeah, I think this side's wider. But whatever, that was their manufacturer error. Again, imperfections make it look perfect. Now, these are plastic, so if you're doing these, keep the one on the other side for reference, and you just want to put, like the spoon, okay, you're just going to put a little dollop on the middle of the bottom part of the spoon, and a little dollop on the back, because we don't want this to show through. Flip it over quickly, line it up, and very carefully push it down, and then just let it sit there. Now you have that to use as a guide for where you want your fork to go. Now the fork, obviously you can't do in the middle because it'll show, so you're going to do one little one right here at the base, and you're going to do one little one on the end of the back side. And I always kind of go like this to try to avoid those glue strings. And then again, flip it over, place it down about the same area on the other side where the spoon is, opposite the spoon, and push it down. There's some give for a second there, but once you push it down, it's going to start drying and there's no give. Don't mind me, I'm picking off blue string strands. You know, the other thing too, I don't know if you guys know this, but with glue strings from glue gun, they're all over right now. Take a blow dryer and go over it real quick. And that'll actually get rid of those glue gun strings, sorry. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. Okay, now I've got my little menu sign, and that's got to go up here, but I want the clothespin on it, and that's not on it yet, like not permanently. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put a little dot in the middle right here, like that, on the back side, in the middle top, back, if that makes sense. Then I'm going to put this on where I want it, make sure it's really where I want it, like that. Okay, so I put a little glue dot, hot glue gun on the back, top, middle, and then I put my little clothespin on. Now I'm going to lay it out and line it up where I want it to be. I want it to be over here, and you'll notice because of the clothespin, it doesn't lay flat. So you've got two options here. You can put glue on the clothespin and just let it sit like that and not lay flat, or you can put a ton of glue behind the menu part and let that sit like that. I kind of like it a little of both. So what I'm going to do is and I don't want it all the way down to the green. I want it a tiny bit up from the green part. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of the clothespin. And then I'm going to put a big old pile of glue on the back of the little sign. And I'm going to very carefully flip that over and center it where I want it. Like that. Okay. Pushing the clothespin down. The other glue will drip off the back and dry. Don't worry. But you want that clothespin down. Okay. So center it, like I said, on the handle. push that clothespin down, and then give it a few minutes for all that glue underneath there to dry. And you can kind of peek. And you can even, you know, squirt some more in there if you want. Like that. And then I'm going to go on the other side. Like that. Okay. And again, come back over here. Squish it down, make sure it's centered. There's a big dollop right there, sorry. And then, while that's drying, make sure it's centered. Take my hairdryer again. Get rid of those little glue gun strings. Okay. And then, like I said, you do want to, like, that glue is not totally dry underneath the sign yet. So I'm just kind of like letting it, you know, like gravity work. Let the glue go this way for a couple of seconds. Let it go that way for a couple of seconds. Let it go that way. We just don't want it popping out from underneath that sign. And then lay it flat and just leave it alone, let it dry. Okay, while that's doing that, and again, like I said, you can use a label maker, your Cricut, handwriting, whatever you want to do to make the little menu sign that I just attached there. Okay, I'm going to get my twine ready. Now you can do this with a ribbon, you can use twine, you can use as much or little ribbon or twine as you want. You know, we've got some good ribbons at Dollar Tree right now. I got this lemon one I'm going to be putting at the bottom. There's a sunflower one you could have used at the top or bottom. I mean, it's really up to you guys. I just wanted to do a nice twine bow. Keep it simple. So I took out about this much. Let's see, it's probably easily over 24 inches of twine, and then folded it over also 4 times, so it's got 4 strands of twine. And then I'm going to make my bow out of that. And I'm going to put my my twine right through the middle of that hole, and on the right side. I'm going to center it up. Okay. Then I'm going to make a bow. I'm going to tie a knot first, so it's not going anywhere. Get that knot tied on there. Then I'm going to tie a bow. And I don't want a huge bow, but I don't want it that little either. I'm going to turn it around, let it go the way it naturally wants to go. Adjust it how I want to adjust it. Let's see, make it a little smaller if I need to, a little bigger if I need to, and then tighten it up like that. Okay, now I think, let's see, well, actually, you know, I want that a little bit smaller. There we go. Yes, that's about how I want that. So now what I do is I hold it up while I'm doing this part because it just makes it easier. I want to cut off the ends, but I want to make sure I know where they're going. So, let's see, and I always do one a little longer than the other. So I don't want it covering the written part on the plate, so I'm going to cut this one off right there. And then, since I do them one side a little bit longer, I'll do this side over here, because there's already one cut that length, like that. See, there you go. Now, I'm going to use one of my little fingertip things that I showed you guys. Don't mind my dog barking in the background. I'm going to put a little dot of hot glue under this rope, under this twine tie, and I take my finger thing, and I'm just going to stick it and hold it. Push it down on the knot part. So I put it just a little bit under the knot part, and now I'm pushing that knot part down. That's just going to help hold your bow in place so it doesn't go anywhere, and it stays where you want it to stay, and it looks cute. Okay, so I'm going to do that. That won't take long to dry. I'm just going to hold it for an extra few seconds just in case. Is that like a big hair? Oh my gosh, this plate got like a big hair on that side. Psst, I'm going to fix that later. Okay. The wonders of no editing. Okay, and no filter apparently. There we go. Just like that. That's super cute. Okay, love it. Now, if you guys notice, if you saw my first one, Just missing one more thing, a little bow at the bottom. And again, like the other ones, this is 100% optional. You don't have to do a little bow at the bottom. You don't have to do a bow at the top. You don't have to do a twine bow. You can do whatever you guys want. It would be pretty cute just like that. Maybe you want to put another word down there too. I don't know. But I'm going to put a little bow. So I got my lemon ribbon, about 12 inches or less. You don't need much for this. I'm going to tie it in a knot. But when I tie it in this knot, I'm going to pull it. Let's see if I can make this make sense to you guys. I'm going to grab that pattern side and pull it so on both sides the pattern side is showing. Does that make sense? I think it does. And then, did I do? Yeah, that one. Okay. Then, I'm going to cut it off on each side the length I want it to be. And I'm going to cut it straight across it first. Okay. About that long. Okay. So now, it looks like that. There you go. Then, I'm going to make the little, I don't know what you call it. I think it's dove wings or something. But I'm going to fold it in half, pattern side up, and folded side up, and then cut a little triangle like that. So it makes those little, that little edge. See? And I'm going to do that on both sides. So again, I'm folding it in half. If you guys, most of you guys probably know how to do these, but just in case you don't, fold it in half, pattern size up, and folded side up, cut from the bottom a little triangle. And then you should have, okay, that one didn't work out so well, so I'm going to actually redo that dovetail. For some reason, it cut it at a weird angle and doesn't look right. Let's try that again. There we go. Much better. I'm going to fix that knot a little bit. Now one side's a little longer than the other. Huh. I tell you guys, this project is giving me a run for my money. Okay. There we go. Ta-da. Ta-da. Now, just going to put a little dot of glue in the middle. Right like that. Ta-da! And stick that bow down, again holding it with my finger, with the finger cover so I don't get burned. And we are almost done, you guys. Finally, huh? This project took a while. Okay, well, if you really like this project and make one yourself, I'd love to see how yours turned out. And oh my gosh, if you've made it through both videos and my outtakes and mistakes and editing errors and all, you are amazing. Thank you. Because that was a trip. That was a trip, you guys. That was crazy. I don't even know what that is. There's like brown on the plate here. There's a hair on the plate there. Life will go on, guys. That's our finished product. Hopefully yours looks better than mine, or looks more like my first one, which had much fewer errors. But there's your cute kitchen sign, and we don't need to make anything to hang these up with because they have a hole right here. So as long as you have a nail or a screw or a hook or whatever you want, you can just hang it on your wall like that. You can also just set it up on like an easel or sideways like that on your kitchen counter. Whatever you guys want to do. It's super cute decor. And like I said, if you made one of these following my DIY, I would love to see it. If you are like, I really like how that turned out, but there's no way I'm making that and I want one, my Etsy shop, I'll be adding them to my Etsy shop very soon. So there you go. You can buy one from me. Alright. Thank you so much, all of you who are watching. Heidi says thank you too. Say hi, thank you. Say hi, Heidi. Say hi. She's like, who are we saying hi to? Anyways, if no one's told you this today, you are enough. You are important. You are beautiful, magnificent, wonderful being. And I, for one, am glad you're here. Thank you so much. Blessing, love and blessings. And I'll see you next time. Stay crafting. Stay crafting? Stay crafty. Happy crafting. Bye.